Russia intensified airstrikes in Syria despite growing criticism from the U.S.-led coalition targeting ISIL. The UK, France, and Turkey all call on Russia to stop bombing non-ISIL targets. And Russia's president was in Paris for talks on Ukraine, but the events in Syria could not be overlooked. CCTV's Lyubova reports.
A third day of Russian airstrikes in Syria. 18 sorties in the past 24 hours. Western nations say that Russia's strikes are hitting the Syrian opposition to prop up President Assad and causing civilian casualties. But Russia insists it's bombing ISIL and other terror groups.
I hope that the Russian involvement in Syria will help the Syrian armed forces to defeat ISIS. Not the opposition, but to defeat ISIS first.
Russia denies civilian casualties, and the Russian official said on Friday the air campaign could last for 3 to 4 months. The US-led coalition says this would only fuel the conflict in a country divided by civil war. Syria overshadowed a meeting between Russian, French, German and Ukrainian leaders in Paris.
The
Russian president has committed, and it's important to quickly set up the necessary conditions within our political work group, the tripartite group, to make sure elections can take place, as was decided in Minsk. In other words, this will be done in accordance with Ukrainian law and after an agreement between the representatives of Lugansk, Donetsk, and the Ukrainian authorities.
Vladimir Putin also held bilateral talks with French President François Hollande and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. During their meetings, the leaders made efforts to bridge the differences over the Syrian issue. The last time the leaders of Russia, Germany, France and Ukraine met was in February. They focused purely on the crisis in Ukraine. This time, though, Russia's airstrikes in Syria ensured that was on the agenda too. Vladimir Putin appears to be confident he can turn the tide in Syria's civil war. Lyubova, CCTV, Moscow.